Okay, today was a good hard day's work. With a bus, you never know what you're gonna find. And a couple of things that we found today were just shocking. Things that somebody had done maintenance-wise to, I don't know, think they were, I can't even understand why. A couple things that there's a thing with a piece of wood that you'll see that was in there with JB Weld, and then a totally wrong bearing, wheel bearing. I don't want to spoil the video for you, so when you get to it, you'll see it. But how somebody let that go, and how it got left on there like that, and you know, I was trying to order parts all day. You know, tear into as many things as I could on day one, so that we could find out what was really wrong here or there, and then get the parts ordered from Luke. I must have talked to Luke 10 times today. I kept ordering part. At one point, he's like, "Hey, I just sealed the box up. I can't I add this one to it, but UPS is coming soon." So. And I'm gonna have to get a couple more things too, but yeah, bushings are bad, S-cam bad, brake drum damage, just yeah, you'll see in the video. I think you'll enjoy it. There's a lot of like, oh wow, I can't believe that. When it gets to the end on the right front is incredible. So enjoy the video, and we'll shoot some more stuff here tomorrow. So on the 4104 here, it's an air beam. So this whole beam is filled with air pressure. It's basically an air tank that goes to this airbag here. So the airbag is a nice dampened ride because it has all that air up there kind of helping to cushion it here. If this air beam has any leaks in it though, well then the airbags will leak down, and we have to put what we call a block off plate in here. It's a plate of steel that goes across, or aluminum actually, that goes across there. And then the air goes into that plate down into the bag. So you only have the amount of air that's in the bag dampening the ride, so it's a little bit rougher ride. So I always prefer to leave the air beams if we can, but we're filling it with air now, and then we're going to get in here and we've sprayed this down with soapy water. We're making sure there's no leaks anywhere in that. If it's the bag that's leaking, it's fine. We're replacing the bags. Again, you can see how checked and dry rotted those are. But we don't want any leaks. We don't want the bags to come down. This has the old carriers on it, so that's an aluminum alloy carrier, the supports for the airbags that they're sitting on here, this part down here. And you always got to watch these. Watch for cracks down here on the bottom where the U-bolts that hold the axle on are at. Any kind of crack through here on the airbag support, and same thing on the rear, because they're very known for braking. GM only used this airbag mount for I think the first 2 years of the 4104. After that, they switched to a steel carrier, which is much stronger and much better. Which for him is good because he's got that other bus over here that's a 4104. It's a later model. I think that one's a 58. And that has the steel carriers on it, so it's going to be his parts bus. If he ever needs that carrier off of there, he'll have it. Yeah, looks good. So anyways, yeah, a few things like that. It's nice for him to keep. And he'll have a spare engine, a spare transmission. That's all good stuff to have. It's, you know, he got that at an auction, so it's much cheaper for him to just keep it. Keep it around. He owns a storage place here, so storage fees aren't affecting him. He'll make his money well off of that investment.
Okay. Nice meeting you, Scott.
You too. Take care. A little issue in the corner we got to look at here. The rivets have popped off and it's cracked. So we're going to address that. Obviously that bag's leaking all over the place. Between the plate, between the bolts. Okay, so we've got the rear, this is the left driver's side rear hub off on here. A couple interesting finds. So on the GM bus, there's a little block off plate that goes on here, and that allows you to keep your bearings in grease, and then this little seal around here keeps the axle oil out of the bearings. But somebody got really creative with this one, and there's supposed to be like a metal cap that goes on here, and they took a piece of wood and JB welded it in that little groove, that key cut in there, and then sanded it down to try to make that be the seal, which obviously that failed. So, because axle oil then got into the grease, diluted the grease out, and there wasn't a whole lot of oil in there. There's a lot of wear on the bottom of this. We're gonna get a measurement on it. Oh, terrible camera work, sorry. Just trying to see if I could show you literally how much that is, but it's many, many thousandths off. There is a speedy ring on here, a seal saver type thing. That's a sleeve that's on there to make the new seal wiping surface good, which means it's not the stock seal, so we can't just order the stock seal. The seal that's in there has 0 part numbers stamped on it, so we got to get measurements of everything to order the correct seal for it. Yeah, this whole JB Weld type thing, or epoxy and a piece of wood and sanded it in, that's the first time I've seen that. I'm not even sure why somebody thought that was going to work. They didn't even sand it very pretty. I'm going to take the whole assembly off in one piece and then drill them out from the back side. That'll be easier. I'm just starting to remove the axle shaft there. A little bit of oil is coming out of the bottom. I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but do you see how metallic that is? That's very sparkly. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to find inside there. So we threw a caliper on here, which obviously this isn't necessarily the way to make this measurement, but we measured from the center here, which is basically 3.25, and the difference where the wear is on there, we're several thousandths, almost 20 thousandths, 24 thousandths off. Replace these axle cones because they're worn so much, they're flush with the groove, and I couldn't get them out. Sorry, that one there. So we're going to replace them with a new one, but I'm going to just tap them out of there, they'll come out. You can see this huge groove in the middle of the drum. As soon as I saw it, I knew what it was from. It's from the S-cam. So the bushings in the S-cam are bad. So when the force on the opposite end pushes in for the brakes, it's been tweaking out, and the S-cam dug into the drum, and then you can see the raised ridge even on the brake lining there. So we're going to order new linings from Luke, and we're going to see if this it's pretty close to 14.75 with a tape measure, but I think we got enough. Anything over 14.75, it's junk.
Take the lug nuts off and it'll come off of there.
So we're going to see if we can find a place locally that'll turn it, and we'll see how that works out. Yep, I can see it. So the wheel bearing is really loose on here. If he's wiggling it, can you see? Yeah, we can see it moving. And the oil that came out of here is super thin. It is not hub oil at all. It's maybe like 10W30 or something like that. I've never seen such a lightweight oil. You go ahead and move that a couple more times. Look at that.
Can you even hear it?
I can hear it. I can see it. Everything. Yeah, the video shows it pretty clear too. He was worried it might be kingpin, but it looks like it's wheel bearing at this point. Well, the wheel bearing's definitely loose. We'll see what we get into here. Same thing with those bolts or those slotted screws. We can't get them out yet, so we're going to remove the hub and drum in one piece and then get them out. So the wiper actually came off in the seal still. That's supposed to be attached to the spindle there. What the shit?
Like that?
We have a problem. That's what I suspected, that something was wrong with that bearing not being the right size.
Are you shitting me?
Well, look at it. It's supposed to fit on there. I didn't think it was going to be that far off.
What? Wow.
That's a... yeah, that's the bearing you can see that was hanging on there. It's a 557A. Show how much play there is on it. That's what was actually on this bus. 557A. And this is a 557S, which just came off the other side, that actually fits. So clearly there's a difference between a 557S and a 557A. So somebody just put the wrong bearing on, but I don't even know how they got that far with it to...
What in the... I don't even know what to say. I don't know what
You
to
drove
say.
it.
I did drive it.
It said there's something wrong with that wheel.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow.
Who does that, and how do they not catch that?
That's terrible. That is so terrible. That is so terrible.
Oh my Lord. Never know what you're gonna find.
If you ever catch yourself saying that'll probably be okay,
Yeah.
you stop. You just stop. Not in this scenario, in any scenario mechanically.
They just forgot to glue the wood pieces in to make it fit.
Like the left rear.
Yeah.
They were out of wood. Jesus.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Unbelievable with that bearing. Can't believe that was on there. So we're ordering new bearings. At least I can't believe that the spindle surface isn't messed up from that. I would never even contemplated attempting that, but I really think it would have thought it would have caused more damage than there's really no damage. So the fact that it stayed on there and I can't really see any damage, I'm just shocked that who knew that would work. But somebody was a real idiot when they put that back together. Hey, so lots more videos coming on this job. I'm going to be here for 4 or 5 days at least. If you don't subscribe to the channel, please do. And click that little bell notification. You'll get some things. And then I'll try and do another live later this week if I can. I'll try to get better with it. I wasn't very good on the live one this morning, sorry. And a special thanks again to my Patreons for helping support us. So enjoy the day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.